going on, everyone? It is Tuesday. Carlos is live. I see somebody backstage. They were all here, but now I took them all away. Dan thought he was going to be pumping it up. They were dancing back there. I like Gaz. Gaz was moving. I already said, names already coming out that, was here. But what's going on, everyone? It is Tuesday. I've been looking forward to the stream for a long time, ever since another one of our guests has been putting out some not weird, I don't want to use that word, some great content. What's weird to me is the reaction to that content, and that's what brought us to this stream. I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it. Some people are going to try to explain it to me. And before we say hello to the chat, let's bring in our guest, this man first, because it was because of this man's streams that his vlogs that have brought this stream to life. This gentleman is my brother in crime, and this gentleman, another one who loves to eat American chain restaurants. Don't ask me why. But we're gonna figure it out. I'm going to be taught a lesson, I guess, in proper etiquette, British eating, even though we're not eating any British food. Dan, that didn't work out. Right? This works out better this way. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. All I know is we're here. Gaz was saying backstage how he's been on live streams so many times in the last couple of days. I think I've streamed 3 or 4 days in a row myself, and that's unusual because I pretty much quit.
Yeah,
but
D23 has brought it all out. It's brought us all back.
It did. D23 brought us all out of the woods, and oh man, how was D23? No, let's not go there, because that'll bring out a Dan rant or a Carlos rant. I already did. Today
Hey, you think too much of me. I have nothing to complain about.
Really?
There's not one thing.
No, because you haven't seen anything that came out of D23 then.
I have, actually. I know I've been living under a rock for like a year, but hey, I watched D23. I actually have nothing to complain about because I'm grateful of what we've got. And then ask me in 2 minutes' time.
Who the hell are you?
Bring the real Dan back.
Who is it? Can we have Dan back? This isn't the Disney Dan I know of.
I've been changed.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for doing this. I appreciate you guys joining me. Again, this is all because of Barry. If anybody doesn't know Barry, Kenneth's here. Kenneth's gonna be putting out links all stream long. But if you don't know this man, Theme Park Baza, you should know him by now, and I'm sure you know him by now. But if you don't, you need to. The man moved into the States in 2007, Barry? 6?
Well,
3,
5, but yeah.
5.
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
From the UK, and he's been here. So I call him a fake Brit now. I do. He's an American, so he's a fake Brit now. But this man has been putting out
weird content. Was it weird?
So I don't know why I use the word weird. To me, it's some great content. It's you cater to your viewers, which is what we should do. They love your stuff, and I'm going to find out why they love this kind of stuff. What we're going to do today, American Dining. But this guy, your channel has exploded, Barry. I mean, pretty simple, man. I had you on here 2 years ago. Not even. Was it?
No, not even that.
No, it was a year.
Yeah, over a year ago. Yeah.
Just over a year ago. And if I remember correctly, you had 540 some odd subscribers at the time. And you're bouncing off of almost 8,000 now? Or you're past 8?
Close, yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But at least you're doing it right. That's what I've always said. It's just people finding you and loving what you do. And I can call you a friend, and I'm thankful for that. Below me, you all know Dan. We're not going to go into a big spiel about Dan. Look, it's Dan. On the other side, in that corner down there, because you haven't seen him in a while, with me anyways, but you know him as Gaz, Kershaw's Adventures, the rich guy. It's the rich guy. The rich guy's here.
Whoa. Let's not go that far.
The rich man. No, I mean, no. It's all inside jokes. That's now out and about. He's not rich.
I'm not rich.
But no, you know him as Kershaw's Adventures. Him, his wife Ange, his son Oli. who's back to school now, right? First kindergarten.
Yeah.
Well, we have kindergarten here, so first year of school. Regular
First
school.
year. Well, so his reception over here is the first year, and then year 1. So he's in the second year of school now.
Oh, all right. I thought this year was his first. So okay.
No, this is his second year.
Nice. But he's back in school. But he's been going to Florida with you guys, Disney World, and all. He's turned into a big part of this channel now. He was when guys was doing some lives on Instagram from his last trip, one of like 5 or 6 trips already this year to Disney World. Cat is like, I came for this.
Yeah,
no.
That's the last time I'm doing a stream on your channel, mate.
No, but seriously, go check out the Kershaw Adventures. Guys does a lot of the lives on Instagram, but he puts out all the videos out on YouTube, so all the content is there. Have you done any from this last trip yet on YouTube?
Not yet. No, we're a little bit behind, if I'm honest with you, Carlos. So like, I still have like 2 from April that I was like, I've just run out of time. So, so they might see the light of day. They probably won't. And then we did a trip around the UK. Well, I say UK. We went to Cornwall, so I've still got to edit them. And then the Walt Disney series will come along. So probably, I don't know, maybe August next year they'll get released.
Nice. Or we can do Vlogmas. It could be part of Vlogmas.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, like I said to you backstage, though, it's just so difficult because literally I'm like, right, okay, I need to catch up on editing now, Ange. And she's like, booked 5 more trips. Let's go.
And he's not rich now. You're right. He's not Andrew's, I guess.
Yeah.
But no.
Just found a deal. Yeah.
Just found a deal. But no, guys, thanks for coming on. Yeah, seriously, you guys need to go check him out. But no, seriously, Dan, my brother in crime, we're not partner channels, but we are. I don't know what we are, but we are. So we're brothers.
We're partners in crime. We're not
partners,
different brothers. Partners in crime.
Yes, partners in crime. We're gonna have shirts made for our trip in December. Partners in crime.
Yeah, maybe not wear those around public places because crime is not a word that people often associate as good things.
Well, we're full of it here in the States, so it would just fit right in.
Yeah, and we have sarcastic humor, so I guess it works well.
Yeah, it worked perfect. But
yeah, there you go.
Everybody knows Dan. Dan's a regular here. Again, he's my brother, my partner in crime, so we're always here together. But Dan's taking some time off, comes back, does a few things, does his movie reviews with his partner channel, Miles Talk. So every once in a while you see Dan around and you see him come here. And we're getting closer to our trip.
Stuff. Yeah, we are.
Yeah. We're getting closer to our trip, so we'll see Dan a lot more with me here and maybe on his channel. Maybe we'll even see Hannah. I'm still working that out. We're trying to get it on here. Trying to get anything going. But before we get into why
you know what happened last time, so I mean you had to call her for an apology. So.
No, I'm gonna call her and invite her on.
Get the popcorn.
We're gonna have a stream on my channel. We're gonna see Hannah's reaction to the plans of this trip. Not even the trip, because that's still in December, but we're gonna see Hannah's. I'll have Suzanne send her a message or something. I don't know. But I want to see who's in the chat. I'm gonna use the phone now because I don't trust my computer. But what my newest mod here, Kenneth H, is in the house and he's putting out links. Lee Stevenson, everybody, welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Jeanette, for coming on. I appreciate it. Glenn Castro up the road. What's up, Glenn? My buddy Glenn, Mandy Adams. Everybody's here. Mandy's here. Catherine, that just jumped. I don't even know where I left off. Catherine, Vern is here. Verna Marie, if I'm missing you, I apologize because even on the phone, everything is skipping. William, what's going on, William? William's here. Sippity Doo Dog. Catherine's here. JD's here. Ooh, and my phone just stopped. Did I really get everybody? Wow. Maybe nobody wants to chat. I don't know. Did I miss a lot? I don't know. JD's here. What's going on? Wow, what did I miss? Did I miss a lot? I don't know. If I missed you, I'm sorry, but literally, Gene's here. Everything just skipped on me. Come on, it ain't a show. What does Marco usually say? It's not a Carlos show without something stupid happening.
I can help. If Carlos missed your name, type in the chat, Carlos missed my name, and then he'll read it out.
Yeah, I can do that.
There you go. So if anyone missed their name, then type that.
No, I didn't. Wow, I didn't really miss that much chat. Okay. Well, 24 wonderful people here. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. All right. So why we're here? Yeah, if I missed you. We'll get to it after. Carlos, what's my name? Carlos, thank you, guys. Yeah, welcome into Chris Shaw's and
I was going to type it as well. You guys have got that before me.
Christine Hickman, welcome in. Thank you all for popping in. I appreciate it.
Well,
So
Dan did it.
seriously,
Yeah, I did it as well.
Yeah.
everybody's always having fun at the expense of Carlos. I get offended. Damn Brits. Why do I have you guys on? Not the last time we did this, a couple of times before. Big regret having so many Brits on. God.
We never got invited back. It took a long time.
It took a long time. And you notice when I did another one, it was none of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was there, I think.
Dan was there. Well, yeah.
We had a lovely fascination with a famous Pixar character, and that was it.
Yes, we did.
There we go.
Dog, drive safe. Yeah, we had a fun with yes. But no, let's seriously get to it because we're not going to be here all night. Well, it's night for you guys, but I'm not going to be here all day. Let's get to why we're here. Seriously, I've been dying to do this, and I want to explain why. I'm not stupid. Okay, I understand American restaurants. I understand. Well, no, I don't understand. I go to American restaurants. I go to American chain restaurants, so I know about our food. Okay, to me, it's okay. It's okay. We go to an Outback, we go to a Longhorn, IHOP every once in a while. Sean, what's going on, buddy? Jersey, Mike, what's going on, buddy? Suzanne and I, we go to restaurants. We do. But I have noticed, even before the pandemic, or, around there, Suzanne and I are on social media pages, Disney pages, and you always see, what's the best, out of the park restaurant and out of this. But then you start seeing, chain restaurants, people asking for chain restaurants. And then this guy here starts putting out vlogs, okay, and it can't be Dan because Dan doesn't live here, and Gaz, comes in for visits, but he can still do it too, and Dan can do it this time. But this man lives here. And again, like I was saying, his channel exploded, and people started asking for certain vlogs, and he started putting them out, be it an American chain restaurant. And we're going to go over a few of them. But what got to me was the views. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that when Barry goes to Ponderosa and there's 30,000 views on it, I don't even know if it's up that high, but you know what I mean. And it's like, why? What is the fascination with Brits? Because it is pretty much 98% Brits. Fascination with American chain restaurants. I don't get is that.
Should I put it straight up? Okay. You said just about 2 minutes earlier that American chain restaurants are okay, they're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to put your mind as a Brit. You fly thousands of miles after waiting in line at security for a long time, getting on that 9-hour flight, landing in a nice big sweatbox of Orlando International Airport. You get yourself to where you need to go, and you end up at somewhere like an Outback Steakhouse, and you end up walking through an experience that is no other that you can get in the UK. It is like going to heaven with steak and bloomin' onions, okay, that will make you walk out 200 pounds more than what we came in with.
And it's not
and that's the reason why we all go back. That's it. It's true.
What was that, guys?
You're saying it's the different type of pounds than you get in the UK as well.
Yeah.
Gallon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, that's Dan's deep intake to it. Gaz, you got one too?
Yeah, I think on the flip side to that as well is like you said, like you're traveling a long way, and you only have like 3 windows a day for 14 days where you can fill your face with some good food.
Yeah,
and so you've got to be like, okay, I don't just want to go to okay restaurants. I want to make sure that I get the good stuff. So like, if you don't know, you don't know. And that's, again, the reason why Barry's channel is so great is because it's a Brit's perspective on American food. And that's what people are looking for, because Barry's got the lingo. He knows what he's talking about. And people, I mean, he watches vlogs. Everyone can say he's a brilliant bloke, and he's very easy to watch and to get on with. You feel like you know him from his videos. So with that becomes this trust. Cheers, Barry. Later on.
Just give me the credit card. Give me the number.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Hold it. Let's
Yeah, come
put,
to the number. Don't worry.
Come on, Barry,
put
pass
Barry's
it.
credit card out in the window. Here,
Yeah. No
everybody's
one's
number.
screenshot that.
No, this number's not on the front.
Oh, okay.
Go on, guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so like you want that perspective, because you need to know, is it good, is it not? Because if it's not, you're not going to invest the time or the money into it. And Barry has multiple vlogs on different ones, so you get a good perspective, and it's a consistent perspective across the board for chains that are in the Orlando area.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I'll give you just quickly my perspective. I mean, like has been said, a lot of Brits are coming over here on holiday. So you've got 2 weeks. You're going to be eating out. It's the experience of eating out. And there's 2 things really. One is it's different over here, as Dan said. You know, just you got to, from a Brits perspective, free refills. Ooh, and you get waitress service or waiter service. Yeah, it's like, and you get such a wide choice in most of the restaurants in the UK. Oh, maybe that's not true today, but there's a very wide. I was in Cheesecake Factory at the weekend. You need an hour to read the menu on Cheesecake Factory to go in through. So you get, and it's not that maybe somebody isn't the best food, but it's good food, and it's solid food at a reasonable price. And I think the reason there's been a lot of interest in the stuff I've been putting out is when people come and vlog in Orlando, it's typically the parks. It's all what they're doing day to day. They don't always go and vlog in the restaurants, but in the evenings, everybody's looking for somewhere to eat, and so it becomes a way of checking things out before they go. So it's information that a lot of other people maybe are putting out, but it's just all I did was ask people what they wanted to see, and then I went and filmed it. I wasn't.
No,
you
but
know what?
you just brought up the perfect segue into that. Is people ask you what they asked you to film what they wanted to see, but it brings me to this point where it's the American chain restaurant. What I don't do you guys not have chain restaurants in England?
Yeah,
and I don't mean like a
we
McDonald's.
do. We don't live in a cave, Carlos.
No, listen. Again, I'm not talking about fast food either. I'm talking about, because an Outback is not fast food, Chili's is not fast food, Applebee's, and so on.
Yeah.
Is there something like that in the UK? Do you have a steakhouse like an Outback?
Yeah, so we have Nando's.
You go. Yeah. Oh.
I'm so sick of hearing about Nando's for the last 3 years. But
I had it on Monday. I was like, this is amazing.
Yes. Yeah. So we have steak. We have a steak restaurant. Miller and Carter is like a gastro pub / steak restaurant.
More higher end, yeah.
Yeah. So we have these places, but it's not the same places. We have TGIs. Yeah. So
it's not as good as over stateside though.
No, exactly.
Stateside it's so good.
Yeah.
See,
I ordered the same. I went to America, Carlos, and I ordered the same in TGIs that I would order in the UK, and the waiter laughed at me.
Why?
He was like, "Mate, you've ordered way too much food." Because we ordered five dishes, and in the UK that's fine because you only get
all the
2 mozzarella sticks on it.
So the portions are smaller in the UK than what they are here.
Dude,
massive,
dude.
Yeah, half.
Dude, have you seen there's a YouTube channel called Food Insider, and they literally look at the comparisons between UK and US sizes and nutrition and all that kind of stuff. And I know this is sort of off topic, but fast food restaurants, your small is the same size as our medium, and then obviously your medium is the same size as our large, and your large is the same size as both our medium and our small drinks. It's crazy how we almost have this running joke in the UK, which I don't think Americans really know of, because we kind of talk about it here on our little island, so you don't have to talk about us away from each other. But you say, look, your portion sizes are so much larger than ours. They just genuinely are. And if you went to Cheesecake Factory is, you could definitely argue that they are huge portion sizes. One starter there you could say is a full entree.
Yeah.
And then you add cheesecake, a huge size cheesecake, and then you'll make like it's a lot of food. Whereas here, like everything is a lot smaller, a lot smaller.
Yeah, and just
Hold
just
on,
I was just saying,
hold on, Barry.
go on.
Sorry, I just want to welcome in everybody that's popped in because I don't want to be missing the chat. The Cynthia Candy Mom's here. Kevin says, yeah, it's like American Fascination with Tim Hortons. I never liked Tim Hortons because I'm a Dunkin' guy, but I know what you're saying about that. And I saw a couple other different names come in. Sean's here. Let's not talk about tipping. Oh, we're going to talk about that too. Great British Mickey Waffles here. Gav is in the house. Yeah, Brits love American chain restaurants. Your answer to free refill lemonade. All right, we're going to get into that too. Everybody's saying hi. And if you have questions, post it. I swear I'll try to get to it. It's like Richard Jenny said, it took a French invent, a croissant, but it took an American to fill it with ham and crackers. Well said, Kevin. Well said. But yeah, if you got any questions, post them in the chat. I promise that I will try to get to them. But the chat was moving quick, and we're having a great conversation and filling Carlos's brain with knowledge of Brits and American chain restaurants and we'll get into a couple other things too. But Barry, go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think Gaz and Dan might comment on this as well. I think there's a cultural difference around that as well. I mean, it might just be, my older era, but when we were brought up in England and eating, you're always trained to clean your plate. So portions were, you got a portion size and you left an empty plate was a sign it was a good meal. What I've noticed coming to the US is the expectation is to get more food than you can eat. That is the sign you're getting value for money. So a lot of cases, getting a box and carrying food, we do it now every time. Like I said to Dan, we're in a Cheesecake Factory yesterday. That fed us 2 days because it was a huge portion. But it's not natural for the Brits to take carry out or to take boxes out with them.
You almost feel awkward about it. Yeah, you feel awkward taking their food out.
In a suit,
if you were to ask a server if you were to ask a server for a takeout box, they would take a second to understand what you've asked.
They were like, "Oh,
it's not natural. It's not a natural."
I had to do that the other week at the pub, and they were like, "What are you, mate?" Like,
I'm
take my food home.
I'm starting to feel not natural because I never bring food home from Cheesecake Factory.
No, it's just a greedy. That's all it is, Carlos.
It's like an achievement in the UK if you manage to get to the cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory. That's you're like, if you can do it,
you feel accomplished.
To be fair, you're trained on large portion sizes, Carlos, because that's the culture here. UK isn't. That's why it's a big deal. Yeah, the first time Brits come here and they go to first comment is, look at the size of that portion. It's like huge. It's even salads. Salads are 5 times the size of a salad in the UK. So anyway, I just think there's a cultural element that's driven this. That is why it's different coming over here. Much different.
I think I can follow because you talk about like the cultural differences, and it's almost like us Brits. Like when we go out to eat, we like to spend hours like sitting down, having a really lovely meal wherever it is. But I feel like when I worked in the States and when I was doing stuff, like everything was very much right. You sit down, food comes out, and then you go. Like there was no sort of like, I don't know. It's just something really different about it. We just enjoy not just being rushed, but just the company of just sitting down for a meal.
Yeah, you just reminded me, Dan, sorry for interrupting, but the thing that freaked me out when I first came here is you'd finish your meal and you'd have your plate in front of you and somebody else would still be eating. The servers would come and clear your plate. Yeah. And the first time I came to that was a shock. I'm like, we haven't finished. Because in England, it's like you all finish the meal and then, you clear the plates, but it's like it's turning tables over. So sorry for interrupting, Dan, but it just reminded me of that. I remember thinking that was a really weird thing when I first came here.
I'm assuming it's Ben and Becca. Yeah, Ben and Becca. We only go for starter at cheesecake and cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory. It's way too much food. Yeah. Now I'm really like, we're gonna start eating differently now. I think because someone's making me feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm trying to scroll up real quick. Sean says we have 5 Guys, Shake Shack, which we have here, Wendy's, KFC, McDonald's, Domino's, Pizza Hut. That's all crap. Papa John's even worse. Nando's, Real Greek. He says, is that a chain? Real Greek?
It's fairly new. Real Greek.
Yeah,
it's fairly new.
I'm like, we have
It hasn't
Greek food
it
here,
hasn't
but
come down to London yet.
Chiquito and Wagamama.
Oh, Wagamama.
I would just love to have that name here.
Wagamama. You do.
What is
You know
that?
what? You actually
what do they
do
have
have
at
Wagamama. You do have Wagamama because I've been to a Wagamama in Boston. If you go into the North End, if you go to North End, and there's like a little shopping mall with, I think it's like got a little market, like a food market. There is a Wagamama. I've eaten there.
Huh. Well, you know me,
and it's like Asia. It's an Asian chain restaurant with like I don't know, ramen and like bao buns and dumplings, all that kind of stuff. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, that just all turned me off. Okay. Kenneth said portions. We don't need sticking recommended portion sizes here. No, we don't need that. No portions. Bring me all the food we can bring me. I say U.S. is lucky they haven't had Jamie Oliver there to ruin what foods you're allowed to eat. Ghost Mysteries, what's going on, man? Long time no see. Welcome in. I appreciate it. If you're just popping in now, we're here with a couple of Brits. Well, three of them, actually, a few. Talking about American chain restaurants and the craze. I call it a craze the Brits have for it. I'm going to go up real quick to Sean's comment on what you guys have there. And I made a face because to me, Papa John's, Domino's, and Pizza Hut is not pizza. That's us here because we have mom and pop family restaurants that make good pizza. Like Dan will say, he's been to Italy, he's had great pizza.
I was about to say I will say Olive Garden is not Italian food. It is
okay. Well,
we'll go to Italian food.
Stop running my. We're gone. But I'm going to ask this because we have spoken many times on stream or off stream about what your government allows you to put in food. Okay, be it the other craze that we can talk about, probably have a whole damn stream on is Orange Fanta. Okay.
Yeah.
We all know how Orange Fanta is loved
so different
by the Brits. But is that a factor into eating American chains here? Like Gas said, but you talked about the portion sizes. Does the food you ordered from TGIF here and there taste the same? Or is it a factor into like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to America because it tastes so much better or worse?
I'm trying to think of a meal that I've had in America that has been better over here, and I'm struggling to want to come to mind.
I will say, I know I'm partial to this, but I don't have it often, but I will say the McDonald's here is better than the States.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I think just the quality. I mean, what quality? But like stuff that you can get here, I just feel like it's just a lot nicer. But but apart from that, like I would have a TGI's over in the States rather than here. Or go ahead.
So I always feel that when I've finished in America for them 2 weeks, though, that I'm glad to be coming home to UK food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is interesting because you like you said, like there is that obsession of when you're over there making sure that you get all this food in, but there is still something about getting back home and actually having, I was going to say proper food, but like UK food that like you look at after the 2 weeks, it's like, right, I can't take any more now.
Yeah. And truth is, it is different. Like for breads are a lot sweeter here. They don't have as much salt in them. There's just some different tastes. And I know, honest truth is, when we go back to the UK in July, I always take Rene indigestion pills because the first 3 days I get really bad indigestion. I know I'm eating a lot of pies and pasties and sausage rolls, but there is a fattier element to the food there. And but yeah, I'm the same. Once I've been there for 2 weeks, I love the food, but your body becomes accustomed to what is normal, as far as tastes go. But there's different tastes, just even on bread over here to the UK.
But I think with that orange
your opinion. Go ahead, Dan.
I was just gonna say, like, going back to that orange Fanta thing, like, I don't know what it is, but you can definitely tell a huge difference in something so simple like an orange Fanta. Like, it's all, I think in the UK, there's certain guidelines and certain things that we can't have, like chemicals and ingredients that, you guys have in your drinks or food that we can't actually get here in the UK.
I think the big thing is corn syrup. It's like corn syrup, but
corn
not
syrup.
allowed over here.
Nope.
It makes sense, and that's in a lot of like Coca-Cola. You know, that's a
Yeah.
big difference in there.
Cheap filler.
But
Yeah.
so, I mean, like I said, in your honest opinion, then does taste not have a factor in you know, going the chain restaurant, having to go and have an Outback or have a Olive Garden or something?
It's just different. It's something you can't get back home.
Right.
I mean,
there's
how
so
many
much choice
times can you go
Orlando.
to? Sorry, go ahead.
But I'm just saying, so many different restaurants as well. It's like you come to Orlando, you could eat out every night for a month and eat in a completely different restaurant. There's just so many choices. Sorry, Dan.
I mean, how many restaurants can you go to in the UK where you could just go and get a really good and tasty steak for like $12 or whatever it is? Like, you know, Outback is our go-to. We love Outback and the whole experience of it. Like, you could just go out whenever you want, go have a really good meal and have a proper steak, and then you'd be satisfied. Like, we don't really have that here. Like, you go to like a Nando's, but Nando's is, I don't know, it's something a little bit different. I think because you guys are a much larger country, you have much more options. Like, you've got a restaurant chain for every cuisine, you know, there is. So you have the choice, you have the pickings. Whereas we just, because we're so tightly compact, you know, there's only so many chain restaurants that there are, and most of them, unfortunately, are sort of fast food, more often fast food.
When someone asks, "Do you want Olive Garden?" I always, you know, I hate Olive Garden. I'm one of those. Suzanne McKeel loves it. I am not an Olive Garden fan. Bowling Alley Sushi. Oh, that just gets a lot.
If you want a Dan rant, let me talk about Olive Garden for 20 minutes, and then yeah.
American bread, you can taste the sugar. Says Jim
Absolutely.
D.
Yeah.
Orange Fanta in the UK has real juice in it. US does not. Some areas vegan in US, but has dairy in the UK. I always find that whenever in the US, we just constantly feel full. So do I. So yes, welcome to the US.
But I think just, I mean, sorry for interrupting, but saying like, if you want a good meal in the UK, a lot of people would say go to a family restaurant. You know, they'll go to the chains. If you want to go for a really special meal, they'll go to a local family. Over here, you can get a good meal in a chain, which I think is what you're saying is the difference. You can go out and get a really good meal, even in one of the big chains here, rather than have to go to a mom and pop type place.
Yeah, see, for us, and I speak for myself and Suzanne, you know, for us Americans, and just us too, but I'm like that. And it's going to segue into this, but yes, I can save some money and go get a quick steak at Outback and be like, all right, I'm full. I like Outback. I'm with Dan. Outback, for me, is my favorite chain steakhouse here in the States. So Suzanne and I are in the mood for steak. Yeah, let's go to Outback. We can get one, $15, whatever, and it'll fill you up. But if I really want to eat a steak, I'm actually going to go to a Portuguese restaurant who makes a pretty good one, you know, than go to a chain restaurant. But my segue into that, but first, we're welcoming Dougie. I haven't seen Dougie in so long. I like that radioactive yellow goop you call cheese, as it's only cheese that doesn't make it. Yeah. Hey, you know, we have yellow, we have white, we have yellow and white, we have blue cheese. I hate blue cheese.
All in a can.
I love blue cheese.
Oh my God, I hate blue cheese. Dad Bills, what's going on? What is going on, Dad Bills? Chris is in here. Give me a Ford's Garage. Haven't had it yet. I'm hoping to try it this trip if I can get out of the park, but it's a larger party with my oldest son going. I don't know if we can fit everybody in a car to go unless we have Jeff pick us up or something. But if Jeff is listening, Carlos, do you have a Smoky Bones there similar to Outback? Yes, we do. A lot of them are closed down. We have one left. It did not last here in Rhode Island, Massachusetts area. We tried Longhorns on our last trip. Was really impressed. Longhorns is really good. I just rather have Outback myself. Just my opinion. But
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
I know it's a real side topic, but you kind of thought about it when you were talking about like white cheese and yellow cheese. Why is it, maybe I'm just missing something, that a lot of your food items are named after colors? Like red sauce or white sauce or like white cheese or whatever it is. Like, I don't get it. Because, like, for us in the UK, if it was a red sauce, it would be a tomato sauce, or a white sauce would be like a bechamel or a cream sauce or whatever it is. And we would. And why is your cheddar orange? Cheddar is not orange; it is yellow.
It's the great stuff we put in it that make you guys come here to eat it. Country. I'm reading this off of my Monaghan. I can't even see that right now. Monahan.
I think.
Monahan.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think so. Well, welcome in, and it says county, actually not country, so I don't even know why I said that. But welcome in. Got a few new faces here, and I'm going to thank this man for sharing it out on his Facebook page that is also growing like you wouldn't believe. He gets like 50 members every day. Barry's killing it in every direction. But I want to lead to this because I was talking about money. Which is better, Outback, Longhorns, or Ruth Chris? I have never been to Ruth Chris. I don't think I could afford a Ruth Chris, but that's besides the point. I am still a Outback guy, but Ruth Chris here is very expensive. That's because Americans are illiterate. Yeah, eyes, glasses, sidewalk, etc. Let's check on the Americans. I want to lead into this because I was talking about that I can go to Outback and get a $15 steak, or I can go to a Portuguese restaurant. Wait, you cannot find a $15 steak, but is that a fact? And I know Dan, because Dan and I have spoken backstage about this on other streams, but is the price a big factor when you come here? Again, we're talking about Brit. Now, we're not talking about Barry who lives here. We're talking about Brits when they come over to Disney.
Yeah,
I'll go anywhere in this country on vacation, but you know, we're Disney people, so bloomin' onion. I love a good bloomin' onion. I do love good bloomin' onion.
I'll say this:
is price a big factor into when you come here?
I'll give you an example. Fortunately, before COVID, I was able to come to Disney. A lot of times, we would eat every single night on property through the dining plan. It was fantastic. I think with everything that's happened, and obviously, where I am in my life about, moving out and whatever, moving out and all that kind of stuff, going to chain restaurants and restaurants outside of Disney is so much more financially sort of better for us, because you can get 2 meals out really at these lovely chain restaurants for the price of one at Disney. Like, yeah, you're going to have that Disney experience, but it's just a way to save that whatever $10 a meal per person and spend it on an ice cream or whatever it is during the day. Like, I'd rather do something like that, which is why, yes, I'll be going to a lot of the Disney restaurants, but actually a lot of the time we will be going to places like Outback, and I want to try Ford's Garage. I want to try different places. We're going to go to IHOP instead of going to Chef Mickey's for breakfast, even though I'll never eat at Chef Mickey's, but that's not the point. I think it just depends on the person. It depends on, who you're going with. But I think just looking at with money on the table, it's no brainer to, save a bit of money by going off property.
Especially when you got kids as well. I mean, a lot of people are coming with families, and you got children. So there's, it's not a meal for 1 or 2. It may be a meal for 4, 5, 6. And the other thing around kids, as Gaz and I found, we were out with another family the other week, and their kids, they said the fussy eaters. What you tend to find in a lot of the chain restaurants is there's a lot of choice. You're not stuck to a kid's menu with 4 items. You've got a lot of choice for the kids. And you've been there.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're trying to satisfy 6 people with something to eat that's okay and good and a reasonable price, and that falls right in the sweet spot of the big American chain restaurants.
Yeah, I think to add to that as well, these holidays aren't cheap. So, the flight alone, especially after COVID now, you're talking on average £700, £800, £900 per person to fly out there. You've got all the price increases that are coming from the parks in terms of the hotels, the price of the tickets. You're talking, for 2 weeks, it's a big, big price tag. So it isn't like you're making a decision just based on the restaurant. You take it as a whole, and actually you need to try and look at places in that holiday to try and save money. Very similar to what Dan said. Pre-pandemic, people never had this problem because we had the dining plan. And the dining plan option for the UK, it was amazing. You booked 2 weeks park tickets, you got 2 weeks worth of meals.
Yeah.
That's insane. And like,
Trust
and
me,
now,
we were always jealous of that.
Yeah.
it was
I know I
crazy.
was.
We had brilliant
it was
deals if you flew from the UK. Like it was
Yeah.
even the deal that's still going today is the 14-day for the price of 7 on tickets. Like it's brilliant. Like they do such a great job. But since like Gaz just said, like since COVID, it's just been you got to think sort of differently of how you want to approach your vacation. We're even thinking about taking a packed lunch like during the day. Because we just want to save a little bit of money. Yeah, we do. No, seriously, we do.
Yeah.
No, and I know a lot of people, my sister, that does that. I'm just.
The thing is, as well, that most of the Brits come here for like 2 weeks, 14 days.
Yeah.
Most American vacations, I find, are like a week. So you've got 14 days of food for a family. You got it's a pretty penny, or should I say, a pretty dollar.
I understand it. I understand it, and that's why I brought it up. But I knew what the answer was going to be, and I totally agree with it. It's completely different. Where even I wouldn't do it because again we have the chains up here. Would I go try like Ford's Garage was mentioned? We don't have that up here. We've heard great things about that place. I would like to go try it. So, and there's the barbecue place. Oh my God, VP's always throwing in my face. Four Rivers.
Yeah, Four Rivers.
Yeah, everybody's throwing that at me because they all know how I am with Polite Pig. Another place that I wouldn't mind going and try. I wouldn't. So even traveling within the states.
You've done it right there. What you're doing right now is what we're talking about. You're saying, I want to try this place because I've never tried it before. That's every restaurant.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And that's why this man comes in handy, because you got to narrow that down, because there's a lot of them.
You got to narrow it down real quick with the chat, because I know I'm missing a lot. I'm watching it scroll on the big TV here, but Sean, that almost sounds weird, but I'm going to read it all out. I want Portuguese sausage. You're asking a Portuguese guy for a Portuguese sausage. Carlos, when I go to Hawaii, something I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I know they have it out there because people that really don't know, Hawaii was basically founded by Portuguese people. Sailors that went out there, fishermen. Wow, that just jumped. Come on, help me out. Darn you. There it is. But yeah, our Smoky Bones was replaced with Bahama Breeze, some company out of Darden. Yeah, we have one down here, Kevin. Kevin's not too far. Kevin's about 100 miles up north, not even. But yeah, ours was really, Dan is on the money. Gas prices really so at the moment, pound versus dollar. Yeah, and you brought that up too, but with that, does that come into play too, where the value of the dollar versus the euro, the pound, whatever it is, going fluctuating up and down? Does that, make the decision where it's like, oh, I'm going to go to Ohana or I'm going to go to the Outback?
Yeah, he did this trip for us, no doubt about it. Like he did. Like we went to Ohana.
Gas is quick on that one.
Honestly, Carlos, I sat in Ohana, and I opened up the exchange rate, and I looked at the bill and went, "We ain't eating here again for a while."
Do you mind sharing what it? I mean, we know what Ohana costs. So what was it? How much?
166 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, 166 pounds it cost us for one meal.
For three people. Well, two and the child.
Yeah. And the likes, and like we ate at Longhorns, and it cost $60, so 50 something pounds.
And which is, by the way, if you lived here to go out to eat, like 50 for two people, let's say two people, around £50 is for two people is about right. And to
in the
UK, right? If you want to
50,
double
what's that in American money? Can somebody?
So I was saying
what?
At
the moment, it's probably around about $55.
For two people.
I'd say
between. I'm just saying because Suzanne and I go out to eat every weekend, so I'm trying to. That was breakfast on Sunday almost. Yeah, it's not. Listen, I know it's not cheap to eat because I just said it. Suzanne and I go out every weekend, so we know it's not. She's picking up Five Guys. I already pre-ordered. It cost me $27 for two burgers and the littlest fry they have. So
you think about this, Carlos, as well. Like back when the exchange rate was a little bit better, like that's a lot less. Because like it was like 150 to the dollar.
Yeah.
So
it was working out better, but now it's not.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing that sucks, I guess, coming over from over there. But Papa Moose, welcome in. You're surprised by the colored cheese. I'm from Norway, and we have brown cheese. You should try that. They used to have it in Norway and Epcot.
No. It's going no. All of it's going no.
I'll try that.
Suzanne is hurt. Yeah,
I'll
Suzanne wants
try
to try Ford's Garage.
I'll try.
Might have to
we
be
had it last trip. We enjoyed it.
Spot on, Dan. Disney restaurants have become so expensive since 2020. Eating off-site is a lot cheaper. I get that. I knew that was, that much I knew was going to, the answer to all of that from all three of you. Prices usually better in the U.S. Steak-wise, Miller and Carter in the U.K. is way better. The majority of the steaks I've had in the U.S., especially Longhorns, love mayonnaise, but haven't tried Outback. What is mayonnaise? Here in the States, what is mayonnaise? I've never heard of mayonnaise.
I've never had a great meal. I've never had a great meal at Miller and Carter. I'm not a big fan of Miller and Carter, if I'm honest, but that's just my opinion.
What do you compare Miller and Carter to here in the States? An Outback, a Longhorn?
I would say somewhere in between, somewhere like an Outback and the Yachtsman Steakhouse. Personally, like it's somewhere in between that.
So a little higher end. Oh, okay.
Definitely more higher end.
Yeah.
So definitely not a Longhorn or an Outback.
No. Yeah, you do have to unless you stand out, you do have to dress a little bit more smart to go there.
Okay.
Me messed up then. Can I just go out
maybe it's a southern thing. I don't know.
Gaz took me to a Miller and Carter when we first met him, so I had to be a little bit dressed up. No, can I just throw something out to Gaz and Dan on this?
Yes,
Do you
please.
think since the Magical Express went away and people used to live in the Disney bubble and eat in their Disney restaurants, what I've seen a big change is now people are going mobile. Gaz never used to get a car, and now people are getting cars, which gives them more flexibility to go out and try restaurants. Do you think that's a big factor? Now the bubble's kind of been burst from the Disney and the meal plan. Sorry.
Yeah, I could count on one hand in the space of 10 years how many times we ate offsite. From 9 years. So from like 2010 to 2019, we literally only ate offsite 4 or 5 times. And it's the dining plan more than the Magical Express, I think, that is the reason why. And because the Magical Express wasn't the reason why we ended up getting the car. The reason we ended up getting the car was because of COVID at the time. And we were like, well, actually, we don't want to be on public transport, so therefore we're going to get our own car, less chance of being around other people, even though you're going straight to a theme park, British common sense. But it is more accessible to be able to go to them when you've got a car. But it's definitely a dining plan for me.
You can also say that because Brits are going for a lot longer, a lot of Brits actually tend to go more towards off-property, staying in villas, staying in places like Kissimmee, and they would just have that. Like that's what we're doing in December. We're going with the family. We've got a lovely villa, and that way we can literally do whatever we want. We are very close to the outlets, very good, close to Universal, close to Disney. But then we can also, on the way to go back to Disney in the evening, stop at a Longhorn or stop at a Texas Roadhouse or whatever it is. Like we can actually, do things that are out of property, and it's that market, that villa market for Brits is so appealing because the Disney hotels are so expensive. You can't stay in a Disney hotel for 2 weeks unless you're forking out the big bucks. So
and now they don't have the dining plan, and they've taken away a lot of the perks as well.
Yeah,
that they had in the hotel.
Paying for parking at the resorts. Yeah. You could do that for free if you get a villa.
Yeah,
yeah. He's driving people off-site. 100%.
Yeah. Elena, welcome in. Haven't seen Elena in a while, except for Garrett's, 2 a.m. stream from California. Whew, we get up to see that guy. Wants to know if Sean's had Portuguese sausage before and hope she likes it because Elena is out there in Hawaii. So true, we rented a car last trip, spent a quarter of our trip outside of the bubble. I bring my car, and once it gets in the bubble, it doesn't come out, except we go to, Jeff's house or something.
You go to Dunkin' every morning.
What is it?
Or you go into Dunkin' in the mornings to get
Oh,
your coffee?
yes, you
It's
are
coffee.
correct, guys. I'm going to Dunkin' every morning. Yes,
It is live streaming his coffee.
yes,
We
I
love Duncan. We love Duncan.
and it's
Hey,
coming,
we love it.
Barry.
We love it. I'm not taking that. We love it. We know that's like Carlos. Live stream coffee, morning
Yep.
talk.
Jenny Pitchford, first welcome in, Jenny. I know you're new here. Thank you for popping in and finding us either through Barry or just finding us on YouTube. May depend on a Miller and Carter, but our local one is 10 for 10. Tina Marie's here. Jonathan Chung is here. I've got the stream up in the background. Teddy Hewitt Project is here. Manny's Chop House. Again, are we talking about the UK or here? Because I have never heard of Manny's Chop House.
US. It's in the
Yeah.
US.
It's in the
Yeah.
US? Oh, okay. Well, not up here. Don't
I
have
think
one.
they've all
why-
shut down now, haven't they? Or is there might be some that I'm not aware of, but I know that the one that's on the one that's closest to Disney's recently closed.
Have to see it.
Sarah says what? It was also a novelty being able to pick up those free coupon booklets and get money off chain restaurants.
But they're still around. They're still around. In the Ponderosas and in you can still get little booklets with the vouchers for the sizzle. Well, the sizzlers aren't here anymore, but the steakhouses and things. You just got to go either in a hotel lobby, big hotel lobby, or in some of the what's the other one I'm thinking of? Not Ponderosa, the other buffet one. Mine's gone dead at the moment. But anyway, they're all around.
Outside the park buffet. Oh, chain. I know we had a. What did we have up here? We had a. Oh my God, Suzanne, if you're listening, the one in Dartmouth. What was it? Oh God. Oh, Old Country Buffet. We used to have up here. I don't think there was one in Florida. Maybe it was a local one. 53 minutes in. We're not going to go very much longer. Just a couple of more questions. I have a very important question. Do they have
B
what is
days.
that? It's
B days.
Bidets or B-days?
Same thing.
I'm sure
Right.
in the UK there's bidets.
Dan, let's play a game. Let's play a game, right? Carlos,
No,
what do you
Jazz,
think? What do you think a B-day is?
Yes, we're not playing that game because this is why it
It's
took
true.
you so long to come back. No, it's not why.
I should have said it. I just wanted Carlos to say like bidets or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
bidets. That's why I
don't
said
tell
bidets.
Carlos what it is. Don't answer the question.
that's fine.
Let him Google it after
I
the
also,
stream.
when I go to the hospital, I wear a Johnny. So let's talk about that too. But let's not. Okay.
Yeah, nearest man is now in Davenport. You're right, Gaz. The one that was in near Disney's closed, so it's in Davenport. The nearest one. Just check.
Carlos, you also wear a fanny pack as well, right?
Yes, we have fanny packs too.
I just
don't
love
wear
though
fanny
that like Barry's been here going right. Manny's. I haven't done that one.
Yeah.
Let's write that one down.
He's writing it all.
Hey, I don't need to. I get
This
asked
one-
50 times a day for different places.
Yeah, it's true. You're just coming out your ears. And it's just like which one to choose today.
a couple
You know
more
what's-
things, and we'll call it.
I was gonna say one other fascination that Brits have when they come to the States, and how incredible and unbelievable your pharmacy stores are. Now, I mentioned this last time.
You
guys
did.
weren't
And
here.
Susanna's
You guys
brought it
weren't
up a
here.
few times.
Here's the thing, right? My father, he's an avid lover of Walgreens. He has a Walgreens loyalty gift card. There's not even a Walgreens in the UK, and he has a loyalty reward gift card. I kid you not. When we used to go when I was really young, we would go every day to Walgreens for no reason whatsoever. I would walk around. I was really young. I would walk around the kids' aisle, whatever it is. My mum would be buying like makeup that she didn't need, and my dad would be buying flip-flops and Gatorade that he didn't need, and we would end up with like another full trolley of like drugs, like paracetamol and like all this stuff, because you can't get that stuff here. You can get like a tub this big full of paracetamol. You can't get that in the UK. Like it is like going into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory full of medicine, and just it will set you up for the next trip, whenever that may be, if you have like a headache every day. Like it is just unbelievable. CVS is a close second, but Walgreens is like, for me, that's like going on Space Mountain.
Well, Dan, that vlog went out last Friday. The Walgreens one.
I saw it.
The reason is,
Have Dad watch it.
the reason
I saw
is
it.
Sean is on here. See Sean vlog, and he's coming soon.
Yeah.
And he's staying in Surfside. And he said, "Hey, can you go and check it out so I know what's in there?" And so that's the reason we did it, is we filmed in there for Sean. And of course, I put it out there and thought, I'm done. And what happened then, Gaz? Can you do CBS?
Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant.
you go and watch it. They've got some really cool fridges, like all electronic. It show you what's in. Oh, it was like.
Don't get me
Amazing.
started.
Yeah, that
on
was down
Target.
again. That was for Sean, because I don't know if he's still on. He wanted
Brilliant.
to know, when I walk out the hotel, what can I get from Walgreens? And by the way, somebody told me today Walgreens is owned by Boots
It's
company.
not.
So if you work at anybody at Boots gets one of those discount cards and can get 10% off at Walgreens. Because it was in the chat. I said, well, how do they get it? So it's the same parent company.
No
All right,
way.
I gotta ask this.
But-
I gotta ask this because I've seen it 3 times in the chat right now in the last like 15 comments. Do you guys not pack your own medicine when you come over?
No.
Wait.
Well, with few bits.
It depends. It depends.
depends on what.
Because, like, yeah,
All
again,
right,
it's all,
I
it's
get the
all to do with
prescribed. I
weight.
get the prescribed stuff. You got to bring that with you. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm reading ibuprofen and Tylenol and crap. You guys don't bring your own Tylenol with you?
Well, no, because you can. I mean, it's weight in the suitcase.
Yeah.
Every pound counts.
Going to Walgreens is like going to
How much
Costco
medicine
for
you
us.
have, guys? You're bringing a pound of medicine.
Listen,
Yeah.
going to Walgreens is like going to Costco for medicine. Like, we can buy in bulk there.
Oh my god!
I do have a gripe though, Dan, that I need to like get out to the open right now. Why is there no cordial in the US?
Doesn't exist.
Like, where's the
I don't
Ribena?
get it.
Where's the
Yeah, like Ribena, Vimto.
Oh,
I'm like,
oh.
I'm like, where's the cordial aisle? And they're like, what you want about?
A bit of lime
like-
cordial with a bit of soda water or lemonade or tonic or
Yeah, no.
and it's funny because you guys are known for like your sugar, and like cordial is pretty much just sugar.
The liquid sugar, yeah.
Just sugar.
It's great when the Americans come over, though, and you give them a bottle of Robinsons and watch them pour a whole glass of it out, and then you stand back and watch them chug it, 'cause you know where it's going to go, and they like spit it out all over the floor. Like,
Oh my god, that's cough medicine, isn't it? You're talking about the cough medicine.
No, Robinsons is a cordial. It's like concentrated.
Actually, this is it. Doesn't even know what cordial is.
Yeah, you mix it.
No,
Yeah, they have no idea.
Yeah, you mix like one part of it with water to fill it up. They have orange juice and all kinds of different.
Gaz has got to get his Vimto.
But kids were brought up on it, Carlos.
JD says that Florida water needs cordial badly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But in the UK, kids were all brought up on cordial.
You do have it. It's you actually have it. It's like you drop sort of sugary syrup in your water to make it like flavored.
Yeah, those little squirty things. Those little squirty things you put in water. To
So what I'm drinking,
yeah,
what
flavored
yeah.
water.
Crystal Light.
Kind of. It's a liquid. Ours, this is a liquid, and it's in a big bottle.
Right. They have the new little bottles, the little squirts that you put.
Yeah,
in
these are like
your
liter. These
bottle
are
of
big.
water.
You'll see Gaz is bringing one here, like that.
Hold on. Let's see if I
No,
can do
Though,
this without.
I'm
Let's see if
more
I
of
can
a
do this without
Ribena
losing the
guy.
stream.
I'm more of a Ribena guy, to be fair, but yeah,
I have
Vimto's all right.
no idea. And you put that with something with water. You don't
The
just drink
water.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just no. You definitely don't want to drink
You
that.
don't, no, you don't want to drink that neat. No.
It's good to
Oh,
watch.
but that's a.
Like, how is
Why
that not
bring
a
it when
thing
you
in
can
the
buy
US? I
one?
don't understand. Like,
never
literally,
been a
you
thing
can't
in the
live
US.
without this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Kenneth, thanks for popping in, buddy. I'm seeing certain chats in certain areas and I can't get to it. Remember zebra syrup? No, I don't, Kevin. I really don't. So if you buy it here, do you then take the? Good question, Tina. So if you buy your medicine here, do you take it back with you to UK?
Depends how much merch you buy.
Yeah.
That is true.
I
I just feel all the drugs in like my socks and my shoes and stuff.
that's gonna go well.
Around
for
his
security.
stomach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Around his
I know that sounds really dodgy, but that's how we do it.
Jenny says found a cordial once in Walmart and it was awful, like the little mini versions of Robinsons here, but terrible.
Yeah,
Yes.
they are bad.
That's the same with like.
We're not going to
Dairy
talk about
Milk.
Walmart.
Like,
We're not going to go
literally-
into Walmart and Target because that's a whole different stream.
Alice, I leave the drugs at home to make sure I take this. This will be packed.
Well, I'm like that, and again, I bring everything. I don't go shopping when I'm down there for stuff like that. But we think I can't. Suzanne's in the chat. We went to Walgreens for something this last trip. And I think it was a case of water, to be honest with you. We ran out of water. I'm like, I need to go get water. Because, yes, Dan, we don't buy water in the parks, but I do buy it at, like, Walgreens and then
Dude,
bring it
I
into the
have
park.
no issue with you going to Walmart to get a crate of water. It's the fact that you have to buy this one bottle at the park for the same price as 12.
Yes.
There you go.
Bring back melatonin back to the UK. All right, I want to get into this last thing because it was brought up in the chat too. And Barry, have you done the vlog yet on tipping? I know you wanted to. Have you?
No, I haven't done that one yet. That's a big subject.
But Barry will be putting one out soon. So
I did at the end of the Ponderosa one. I did kind of little.
Yeah, you spoke about it, and you had mentioned
yeah.
you might do one. That's why I was.
We do fly tipping, but not actual tipping.
Yeah.
The Sunny water is not garbage. The Sunny is not bad. I really hate Poland Springs. Poland Springs water tastes awful. I'm sorry. I read it by it's a grocery store up here. I read it by like Stop and Shop water. It's like plain water. What is your go-to? Well, we're gonna get into that too. And I don't want to keep these guys because remember it's late there. Dan gets up early and I'm sure the rest. Oh no, Barry, you're here with me. You can hang out. But no, what it was asked. What are your thoughts on tipping in the U.S.? I don't know what it's like in the UK. I don't know if you guys have a certain percentage you do there.
Yeah.
I don't even know if tipping's allowed in the UK because I know there's some countries that it's just not allowed. So what is your take when you come here to the States, eat at American restaurants, maybe even Disney restaurants, because those bills can get like Guy said, 160 pounds for Ohana. Was that before tip?
Well, in the UK, it's not legally required to tip. If the service is included, and it'll be on your check on your bill, then it's already taken out. So and that'll just be added to your bill. But then if it's not, it says service not included. You should, and most people do, tip and add a couple of quid, a couple of pounds. But some people don't, and that's just there's no sort of law that you have to. But
there's no expectation; it's just good manners.
Yeah,
it's the exception, not the rule. If you tip, typically, it has to be really good service. And even on a big bill, it'll be like a couple of quid from everybody. So maybe it's a $5 or a $10. Even on a $200 bill, it's not 20%, 25% of the overall. It's just a sign of recognition of the service that you get.
More of respect and a thanks almost.
Well, then it leads to that question. What is your thoughts on tipping here, especially when you come over? Dan and Gaz, when you guys come over, Barry's already used to it now. So when you guys come over,
you just do it, don't you? I mean, I think there was one that I found really bizarre. This trip was tipping for Starbucks, which I found bizarre. When they were like, but again, that's probably something that's out of the norm. But literally, like they gave us a receipt for Starbucks, and it was like, there you go, there's a tip. We went to Dave and Buster's, and someone served us at the front desk, and we got asked to tip. So it's them outliers that I find a bit bizarre.
It is strange. I mean, when I was working, not at Disney, but when I was working out in New Hampshire, I was working at a youth camp, a children's camp for the summer. I was looking after, this child's, and the family came to collect the child, and came up to me, he's like, we would like to give you a tip. And I said, that's very gracious, but as someone, and I think us Brits can relate to this. We're like, we don't, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's totally okay. Like, you don't have to do that. And when they told me how much they wanted to tip me, I was like, no. There's no way I could be open with everybody. Like, they were going to tip me $200, and that's a huge amount of money. And I was like, I can't accept that. There's no way. I cannot accept that. I wouldn't even take $1 from them. That's just not what I would personally do. And it just kind of is that sort of strange feeling, as because we're from the other side of the world. So, but I think once you go over there and you're a visitor and you're a tourist, it's just you just get used to it. It's just something you have to be prepared for.
Yep.
But what's your feel? I know I'm kind of asking this like two different ways, but I mean, here a normal tip used to be 15%, Barry. Barry's been here long enough to remember 15%. Now it's like 20. 20 is the minimum now.
Yeah.
What is? I'm assuming, unless it's your first time, that you plan your trip with that included. Like we do. When I do all my dining reservations, I look at Suzanne and be like, all right, this is going to cost roughly, like Ohana, it's going to cost roughly this, because the price is, it is what it is, $50 per person, 40 for the kid. But then there's the tip.
Yeah.
I like to tip in cash. I am a cash tipper, and I'm going to tell you why. If you tip on the card, the business has their right to take some of it, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
When you tip cash, the server does not have to report it all to the government. So that's why I like tipping cash. They can keep it all in their pocket when they go do their final figures, because here you do have to put in your tips. But hey, Carlos didn't give me a $10 tip; he gave me a $4 tip.
Yeah.
So it saves the server too. Even in Disney, I tip cash. But
yeah,
I know I go down with a whole different envelope just for tips. Literally,
that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Do the Brits? Are you guys starting to do that now too? Is that
I've always done that.
Just here. Yeah, Dan, you've always done that too.
I've always done that. Yeah, I've always done that.
I don't know many Brits who do though. I don't know many Brits who do.
No.
They just count the budget as the budget per day, and that's not included. There's no tipping factor in there. Unless I'm wrong, guys.
So I think okay.
So tipping wise, I think our experience over the last few years. I mean, I think with a dining plan, you only paid the tip.
Yep.
So
right.
So with that one, you kind of got used to it anyway, because you'd have to have a set amount. So like again,
and that's why I put some budget aside. Because that's why what I used to do. That was it.
Makes sense. That's why I started it too. Believe it or not, Dan. Because we were always on a dining plan, and it was that envelope.
I think first time we ever tipped cash as well, we got told off our server. So like where you get the bill and it has so you pay by card, you want to leave cash tip, and one thing that the server said is make sure you cross out the tip on the receipt.
I write cash. on it.
Okay. Yeah, because that was something he said. He said, I want to be completely honest with you. Like, you haven't done it, you've left it blank. And I'm honest, but there potentially could be somebody there that would just write another tip on.
Yep.
So that was kind of something that was like, oh, okay. Because again, like we weren't used to it. We didn't know kind of how it was. But going back to what you were saying, I think you just got to accept the culture there. Like if you know it's 18%, it's 20%, that's what it is. You got to kind of factor that in. Because like, I mean, you're not going to leave the tip. Otherwise you're going to learn pretty quickly that you're going to have to. But yeah, it's just a culture thing, I suppose. It's just trying to get used to the differences.
Where did that just go? People forget that you're not just tipping a server; you're tipping the whole process, which includes kitchen and dishwashing staff too. County, it all really depends on the restaurant. I'll be honest with you, because here, not every wait staff shares their tips. And Barry will tell you this: here, wait staff gets paid like minimum wage here in Rhode Island is $15 an hour, but not for servers. Servers, it's a whole different thing. Servers, I think the minimum wage now for service.
Yeah.
Minimum wage now for servers, I believe, is $4.50, because they're basically working for their tips.
Yeah.
Where a dishwasher is being paid minimum wage. So it's really, it all depends on the restaurant. We just went to a different. We've been a few times, but we just went to a restaurant, a high-end one here in Providence, Rhode Island. We knew where the tip's going, so we always give a little more, because there it was not only going to the server, it was going to the cleaning staff, the bus boys. It was going to the bus boys, people that were turning the tables over, like Barry said earlier. They were sharing the tip, so that makes a difference too on how much you leave. But
how do you know though? How do you know?
I know here in the States, you know certain restaurants. Yeah, you could tell. You know how I can tell you? By the busboys, by the cleaning staff. If they care to clean tables, they're doing it for a reason. They need you to go sit there because Barry just left, so they can make more money. Now, if you see them like, all right, walking around, I'm making my $15 an hour. I can care less if you get another table or not.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you know. Gav says, wait, tipping at Starbucks. Yeah, he brought that up. It's on your slip. I don't. I mean, every once in a while, like if you go to Dunkin' Donuts, throw the change. If I pay cash, all right, give me the bills, keep the change. If they accept tip, because not every Dunkin' Donuts up here accepts tips anymore. Not every fast food restaurant or like a Subway accepts tips anymore. So
This is what gives Brits anxiety, Carlos. No consistency.
Yeah,
We need consistency.
Listen, I have a Dunkin' Donuts right here around the corner at the lights. There's one right there. No tips allowed. Okay. Bank of Right, go down a mile and a half. There's one on the left-hand side. Big sign. Tips welcome. So it all depends on the owner of the Dunkin' and whatever. Dan's telling Kevin where he used to live or work or whatever. We about free water. No, we're not talking about free water. Andy, what's going on? Long time no see, Andy. Ryan B. new here. Getting meal plan is the easiest way to Disney, no matter what anyone says. Yeah, of course. You pay. I rather pay for the Disney dining plan just for the convenience of it, if that makes any sense. Because I mean, either way, I'm going to pay for the food, but at least now I don't have to worry about it when I'm down, while I'm down there. But do I just missed something? Where is he? Right here. Brian says again, 252 Doug during COVID, when it was family style, I tipped more because they did bring. Yes, I tip more on the server. But Barry, I mean, you're here a lot more. I mean, you're here a lot more. You live here. Can you agree? I don't know. What's your take on that about the percentage you tip your server?
Well, for me, it's some kind of a minimum of 20%. And then up from there, if they do good service. And if I do have some complaints, say the food's not good or whatever, take that up with the manager. Because the US restaurants are pretty good. They'll get you a new meal. They'll sometimes take the cost of the meal off. But it isn't always the server's fault if something's going on. If they're doing a good job, for me, it's a minimum. And I do tip at Starbucks. I have the app, and I always put $1 in or something to Starbucks on the app. It's just a cultural thing. It's just like a lot of these people are working below minimum wage. And it just becomes you accept that, it's part of the... But I do overtip if somebody's just, like in England, somebody goes overboard, then I'll give them 25%. But it's usually a minimum of 20. 20 is just the bare, for me, is the bottom level.
I'm the same way, especially in Disney. If I get, and I don't mean pixie dust by like free food or something, a cupcake or something. If the server is happy serving your table, I will go up to 25%. And in a heartbeat, I have no problem.
To be fair, I did go down to 10% once. There was somebody in one of the restaurants here who just didn't care, who just didn't serve us, who didn't bring drinks, the food, didn't care, put the food down, never came back to see how it was, never cleared the plates. They got 10%. So I did go down for 10% for one particularly bad server who just didn't care. But that's, it's the only time.
I won't go to 10. I'll go to 15, which was the minimum back in the day. So I will go to that. But Gav, just get rid of tipping culture and pay your staff fairly accessible. Listen, McDonald's workers here are getting 50. I just saw a sign at Chick-fil-A, $18 an hour to stop. So I think we're paying very fairly, because when I started working at a Burger King, I made $3.75 an hour. So guess what?
Well, why is it accepted though that wait staff are allowed to be under the minimum wage? Like, there's no job in the UK that can go under the minimum wage. None.
Because it defeats the point. It's a minimum wage. That's a cutoff.
Yeah.
That's
what I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't get there's like an exception to say, okay, well, these people, because like the person said there, like, if you was to pay minimum wage, then the culture isn't required anymore. That's the thing that I don't get. I mean, again, like, it's a cultural difference. I'm not saying it's a right or wrong thing. I'm just saying I just don't understand it from our point of view. If you was to pay the minimum wage in the first place, then you wouldn't have to have the culture that's there.
Yeah, makes sense. Fast food jobs are meant to be first type jobs. Fast food jobs are meant to raise family off of. Well, they're raising families off of them now, I'll tell you that much. But I'm gonna end with this. We're coming to the end. Suzanne brought food home, and I can see my Five Guys is getting really cold. But Dan, you want some Five Guys?
No.
Please.
Hey, I've lost 40 pounds because I know I'm going to eat 2 Outback steaks in like 90 days.
94,
That's a common
baby.
thing.
94 days.
93.
The
94
Disney
for me,
diet.
93 for me.
The Disney
Yeah.
diet.
Let me
Starve
ask
yourself
this.
the rest of the year and then eat.
Favorite chain restaurant you look forward to when you come in here? Barry, I guess you're excluded.
We like Cheesecake
So
Factory.
we'll start with
So I'll put mine.
We'll start with Barry.
Cheesecake
Yeah,
Factory.
no, I was gonna, of course.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother stream. Why Cheesecake Factory? I don't like the food there. Go ahead,
Oh, that's brilliant.
Dan.
It's easy. It's Outback. Outback
It's
just
all back.
everything from the Bloomin' Onion. The bread is really good. The free complimentary
The
bread
bread is
that
good.
is
Oh,
great.
bread.
And like,
But now I'm gonna
steak,
put you on the spot, Dan. Which steak?
I'm a sirloin guy. I really
Okay.
like a good sirloin. If I had a second, I'd probably go for a ribeye. Yeah.
Good
That'd be
ribeye.
me.
I just had one this week.
And it has to be. I know it sounds really strange, but I'm kind of like that person that has to be between medium rare and medium. Like it has to be a medium. Like it
Medium
it
rare.
can't. But it's not, no, but like sometimes medium rare is more rare. Like I'd rather have it like sit just
Like
before
a
medium.
medium rare.
There you go.
medium rare.
Just about
Yeah. There's nothing wrong
a
with that.
medium.
I'm a medium
Just
well
about a
guy.
medium,
I
that's
don't
what I'll
mind
call it.
pink. I don't mind pink, but I don't like it sitting in soup because it's just sitting there in its juices. But I love a good ribeye. Hey, it could be worse, and I know she's listening. It could be Suzanne and ask for a well done hockey puck, which means burn the crap out of it. It's got to be black, real dark. Yeah. Hey, what do you want me to do? I love the woman, not because of how she likes her steak. Can you actually why Americans put cheese on everything? JD, we could do that. We can live off. Yes, they can live off.
Don't get me started on the
okay.
cheese whiz. Why is cheese in a can?
Yeah.
Cheese
Because
whiz
they
is
can.
awesome. Let's not even go there. Let's let Gaz pick his restaurant because we're not going with a cheese whiz.
So I'm going to be honest, Carlos. I'm fairly new to the chains. Like I was a Disney Bubble guy. So I'm going to go with probably the only chain that we've gone back to now twice, and that's Miller's.
Miller's is good.
Miller's. I haven't been to Miller's, and
Yeah,
I've heard of it down there. I've seen them because you see them almost everywhere. But
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go with IHOP because you went to IHOP too, didn't you?
I tipped 35% last time I went into IHOP completely by mistake, but that's a story for another day.
That's a story for another day. Wait.
I was thinking Miller's is like a spoons to me. Miller's is like a Weatherspoons type of thing.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
better
more
food.
market. Similar idea. It's like good deals on prices on food. High volume of people through. It's pretty good. And wide choice.
Yeah, Kevin, I don't want it walking to my table. That's what I don't want. I don't want it mooing at my table. Good. I've used that a lot. But we have a Miller's up here. It's a small chain, but it's a roast beef place.
No.
Like roast beef sandwiches, which I can eat right now. But Suzanne brought home Five Guys. So, Bazza, don't you ever go to Chili's? I used to love the one on 535. Is it still there? We used to love
I
Chili's.
like
Oh my God.
Chili's.
Chili's and Applebee's is where
Yeah.
Suzanne and I used to hang out.
Yeah.
I like Chili's. I'm not a fan of Applebee's. Got to be honest.
I'm not a fan of Chili's. No, I used to go many years ago, but the ones I've been to went downhill.
It doesn't matter what you like. It's about the viewers and the counts. Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are we still live? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Gaz keeps telling me that.
Sure he does. Oh, man. How about Sonic? Best drinks around. You know what? I used to love going down to Disney and try different restaurants. I still do. Like, we don't have an Arby's up here, so I got to stop on the way down there in Disney. You got to go to Arby's. But Sonic was the same thing. Checkers. Barry, have you gone to Checkers yet?
I have been to Checkers before, yeah. Like a burger.
Love
place,
Checkers.
right?
Yeah. We should be getting one up here soon. But Sonic was the same thing. It's like, oh my God, we have to go to Sonic while we're down there. And now we have one up here, and it's like, I can't even taste it. I would have Burger King. Dan, have you had Burger King yet? No. Right? No.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Don't tell.
And he's
Don't
got
tell.
No, seriously, I've never had a Burger King. I no. Wait, I have had a Burger King. This was last year. I had my first Burger King ever. We were driving down to Cornwall, and we stopped in a lovely gas station. Had a whatever you call it, a Whopper with sides, and I felt
I'm so confused. Your Burger Kings are in gas stations now?
And I
That's
had
a whole different stream.
they all are the KFCs like that. But
really,
it was really horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I just no, disgusting.
Oh God. Well, that's going to be for a whole other stream. We can go into all the restaurants we really love and what we want to order, but we just don't have the time. We've been going an hour and 22 minutes already. I thought this was only going to be an hour stream, but I had a great time with friends. I mean, I consider all three of you friends. We talk enough, chat and text and everything. But we'll end it by going around. We haven't done this in a while. You know what? I haven't mentioned my partner channel. I haven't seen either one in the chat, but I do have This Our Dreams will be live Thursday from God knows where. Saturday and Sunday too. They're live from the parks every Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. Lots of fun because Jeff can be really pissed off about something and he'll let you know. Or he can be in a really great mood and keeps Angela nice and happy. So you never know with This Our Dreams, but that's why we love them. It's not about Disney; it's about them.
Real.
I have become that kind of person. I watch for streamers, not for the stream. We've seen Disney, we know Disney. I'll watch a Gaz Kershaw's vlog to see Ange, Oli, and Gaz what they were doing on the stream, not because they're at Disney. I don't. To say it this way, I don't care about Disney anymore on streams. I definitely care about Disney, but it's not what I watch for anymore. I watch for the content. Gotta love watching Barry and Maxine when they do their stuff. But partner channels, you got them. You got Pete McDevitt, who is probably ninja watching. He doesn't like to chat on my chat, but no, love the man. He goes live with every sports. He had Monday night last night. Football is here, American football. Hopefully, we'll get some English football back. I know they took the week off because of the Queen's.
No, they started back up today with Champions League.
Yeah, did they? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because Sporting beat Spurs this evening.
Did they really?
In stoppage, they scored 2 in stoppage time.
Yeah, that's the only way those damn team wins. Yeah, I hate Sporting. Don't forget.
Yeah, they beat my team. But, yeah, great. Well
yeah. But like I was saying, Pete McDevitt, my partner, channel live every day with sports. His favorites back on all our favorites is back on football. So then he's got this hangout on Friday nights that I try to jump on. Make sure you check him out. But this man, we'll start off with Barry and Maxine. Maxine's not sitting there, and Ange is not with Gaz. Oli, I'm sure, is passed out. I hope he's passed out.
He's fast asleep. He's fast asleep. Passed out.
Hey, we're in the States. I talk the way I want. Barry, when do your vlogs come on? Do you have a set date and time, or do you just like?
No, they come. We try and we put them out every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. UK time, so lunchtime US time.
So my mods are putting out links for the partner channels. Let's get some links out for these guys because I know some of you are not subscribed yet to them. But Barry, again, this was basically because of you and your vlogs that I wanted to do this. Thank you. I know I crack jokes for you, but man, you're freaking killing it. And like I said, I know you're doing it right. You're not paying for subscribers. You're not sub for subbing. I don't even know if you're subscribed to me. But
who? Who are you again?
Yeah. We know you're doing it right, and I can see it by the the numbers, the comments. Everybody's always leaving comments, hundreds of comments on your videos.
Yeah, stop doing it.
Because he's got to reply to all of them. Jesus. Do like Jeff does. Reply to all.
Well, that's what they're typing to me. That's what they're typing to me. Stop doing it. Stop logging.
Please. But seriously, if you want to have Barry vlog something, send him an email. Send him a message. Because him and Maxine will gladly go do it. This is how Walgreens just came out, and CVS will be out soon, and everybody else. But Barry, thanks for coming on, buddy. I appreciate it.
Cheers, Carlos. Thanks for inviting us.
Thanks. No, thanks, man. Gaz, the Kershaws. just had his 9th Disney trip of the year.
Second.
7 Disneyland Paris trips. Tokyo in December.
Maybe one day.
And a Golden Oaks residence at Disney.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Again, inside jokes, but no, Gaz and his wife Ange, and his son Oli. Oli's is getting more into the vlogs and everything, so that's great because I remember when we started to know each other, it was just you and Ange. But Oli's a lot older now. He still, gives the thumb up and thumb down on things that they abuse the kid. They make him eat stuff that they don't want to eat, just so we get a thumbs up and thumbs down. No joke.
I tell you what, though, guys, it was great seeing him on the monorail.
It
was great seeing him on the monorail when he got to sit in the cabin.
Yes,
that was
cool.
We're gonna have to talk about that because I want to sit there and take a picture too. But
every time I ask, they tell me to pee off.
Yeah, right.
I mean that experience. It's funny because the experiences that we've had in the last trip that we've only just recently come back from. We had a much more relaxed stay compared to what we have done because we didn't need to rush around. We've been there a few times now, but the experiences that we had in this trip are so special, and the magic is back in with the cast in Walt Disney World for sure.
It is. It was great seeing him, Mickey, going to get him for a meet and greet. I saw that. I saw a lot of it because you put a lot into your story. Again, Gaz puts out a lot of vlogs, but go check out the Instagram because he's got a ton of stories. And I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, Instagram stories. Go check him out because he's got a lot there from this last trip, and Oli's in a lot of it. And you are right. The magic is back, and we saw it there. But when do your vlogs come out? Whenever you get to edit them.
2024.
Yeah. The earmarked for mid-October, I'd say, more than likely. But they're not like you usually get from a UK point of view, like day 1, day 2. We probably have about 3 or 4 from the trip. It's more like a highlight and just taking the best parts of our trip and sticking it together. So I'm looking forward to editing it because I think there's some really good stuff in there. And I'm intrigued to see how it's going to come out this time because it's going to be a little bit different compared to what you usually get.
And Gaz's editing is off the charts. I mean, what he does with his vlogs.
I have always said it.
Yeah.
I've always said it. To me, the best editor I've ever seen in vlogs is this guy down here.
Yeah.
Gaz, you know I'm not bullshitting you because I've said that word twice.
Whoa.
I am not kidding anyone because I've said it to Gaz for years now. Yeah. It's funny that I can say that. 2-3 years now we've known each other, 2.5, 3. This is insane. But thanks for coming on, buddy. I miss talking to you. I love texting you and everything, and love chatting with you. And Nathan didn't want to send me the link and have me on this weekend, so but that's all right. I still like the little child.
Give the guy a rest. It's his first time back for a while. You needed to play it safe. Give him a chance. You might see some more of them coming soon.
I invited him on here, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming." And he's like, "Oh no, I'm going out." "Oh yeah, I'll be there. Maybe I'll." No, I did invite him, but he had plans. He had things to do. No problem there. Dan, my brother in crime, partner in crime. 90-something days until I give you the biggest bear hug, man hug. I don't know. My hands are going to be up here.
Looks dead.
I'm going to give you the biggest kiss on that cheek. Make sure you shave for me because I don't want to taste any hairs. Buddy, Barry's laughing and turning red at the same time, but
I'm not like that.
A lot of people know. I have chosen family, and these guys are a part of it. But Dan's got Dan's special place in my heart, and he knows that. I think we've gotten really close, really good friends. Suzanne's saying "Run away, Dan," because Suzanne gets bear hugs too. I don't know who she kidding because she keeps talking about you and Hannah too, and giving you a big hug too. But Dan knows what he means to this family, to myself especially. So yeah. Big hug. Jeff from one side, me from the other.
Oh yeah, okay.
In 92 days time, 93 days time, we're going to be celebrating. We're going to have a bachelor party. We have a bachelor party with Dan. We have no, he thinks it's his party. So no, we have something. Bachelor party with Dan. But we're going. I know he's already mentioned this, so we're going to celebrate Dan's and Hannah's engagement. It's pretty much going to be, and this is how I feel, and I've spoken to a couple others. This is going to be our wedding party without the wedding because
pretty much
we won't be able. Cass is laughing. No, we won't be able to travel there to the States. So, the ones here will not be able to celebrate in person with Dan and Hannah when the wedding happens next year. So we're, this is going to be our, wedding celebration.
Okay, I thought you
I
meant
said
that you
wedding
were
party.
wanting
I said wedding party. Like, I'm not in a wedding party. I'm not the best man. I'm not good enough. Walt's already told me, he's like, please get away. That's fine. So
you know what's strange is like, I've been in this community since 2014, 2013. Like, I've been here like a long time. And it's just been so fortunate that I've met so many incredible people along the way, and I'm still meeting incredible people on the way and getting to know people, and it's still unbelievable. And yeah, maybe I'm not as active as how I used to be, with life and new opportunities, new things getting in the way. But to be able to say that I can celebrate my engagement / wedding with friends that I've known for that many amount of years, like for nearly 8 years, like it's
4,000 miles away, Dan.
4,000 miles away. Like it's just it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a special feeling. And like of course, like this community, there obviously will be negatives, but I've always been promoting hopefully the positives in people, and to know that I can bring people together that we can all celebrate while eating sushi, is a great thing. And that's kind of why I've always done this. And my channel is very quiet, lately. It's just been very difficult, but that's why I'd rather, instead of subscribing to me, like these three gentlemen here, like these guys are outstanding at what they do. And, these guys are phenomenal. So, you don't need to subscribe to me. Subscribe to these
Not me
guys.
either, because I won't be streaming after this show for a long time, so don't worry about me.
Oh well, dude! In 94 days, we'll do another stream when I get off the plane. I feel like as soon as I get off that plane, like my parents won't be there. It'll be Carlos just there with his big bare arms ready.
Carlos and Jeff. Carlos and Jeff.
Listen, I'm there a day earlier than you, so don't put it past me to be waiting at the door of your villa.
He's gonna take my bags.
Who is this freaking American?
He's gonna take my bags, put it in the trunk of his car, and be like, "Right, where's my tip?" No, on all seriousness, I can't wait to be back over to the States. It's been 3 years, and to do it with my loved ones and to see my my best buds. That's the most important thing. So, it's gonna be a lot of good and fun times ahead.
It's good. It is. You're there for a while. Like every Brit, they come over 2-3 weeks, whatever it is. I only have a week, but we're gonna hang out with Dan a little bit.
Good stuff to plan.
Because like I've told Dan, he's on his holiday. I'm on my vacation. But we're gonna make time to see each other, and we're gonna celebrate at that gathering with a lot of friends, because I've seen your invite list, and that's going to be dangerous. That's the word. Do not put that many crazy people together in a bowling alley. Okay.
I mean, anything
sushi or not, that's going to be dangerous.
Any place that has Jeff in the room is going to be dangerous.
Suzanne says Carlos will be holding a sign at the airport. Didn't mean Dan this way. His father's going to be like, "That's for you, isn't it?"
And they'd be like, the guy that has over 200-something thousand subscribers. Like, no, the British guy.
Not that
bad. That's right. Not that one. Seriously, all kidding aside, this was great. Just to talk to these guys, because we don't get to do it enough. You know, I text Barry a lot. I text all three of these guys enough, but Barry a lot more for some reason. But it's nice to do this, you know, to be able to hear voices and see facial expressions and everything. Even though we all really hate each other, we'll say that in the green room.
Yeah.
Don't ever invite me on again, especially Gas, because I finally let out the truth that we all know how rich he is.
Well, it's a love-hate relationship because they're Northerners and I'm a Southerner, so it's good.
Yeah, don't even get started on that.
Yeah.
I'm glad
But,
Spurs got beat.
That's why you got Vinto and not Ribena. That's why.
Yeah.
I said it after the 90-day mark that I'll be streaming a little more about our upcoming trips, like I did last year. We'll talk about, because I want to try some new dining, and I'll get some opinions and there. I don't know how much coffee talk in the morning, but who knows about the parks, because I will have my oldest son, my granddaughter, so it's gonna be a little different. Will I stream from the parks? I say this, yeah, I will. As much as last trip, I doubt it. But then again, I told Suzanne I was only going to stream twice last year, and I was live twice per day. So who the heck knows what's going to happen? But besides that, it is Tuesday. The weekend's almost here. Enjoy your weekend. I'm sure I'll see you in other chats. Go subscribe to everybody. Go watch whoever's live today. I'm sure Pete's got a baseball game on in a little while. I don't know what Dan's laughing at now.
You said Tuesday, like the weekend.
Tuesday, Gallows.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know this, but there's 7 days in the week. There's 7 days in a week, and we're only at the second one. It's nowhere near the weekend.
My granddaughter turns 1 on Friday. That is amazing. There he is. I knew he was ninja watching. But the man he's got a baseball game tonight. Go watch him. Besides that, I'm going. Man, my burger's frozen already. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
See you later.